Welcome to today's Simplicity Specialty Training. Today's training is on ticklers. Many of you might be familiar with ticklers already, but this is just going to be a little bit more in depth with some of the things that we can do with ticklers. Okay, so the first thing that we'll talk about is how to set a tickler on an account. So we'll search for our accounts. We'll select the appropriate account. So let's say that this account here, we have a payment that needs to be processed on a post date. And if you're not set up with recurring payments, you'll have to process that manually. So what you can do is go to Ticklers. Okay, so we've already got a tickler set for a previous date. So we can go ahead and complete that at a different time. What we'll do right now is select the Run Payment description. These descriptions are descriptions that have been added by our staff. So when you first begin in Simplicity, you won't have any tickler descriptions. You'll have to create those. Okay, we'll talk about that in just a minute. So setting the tickler on this account, we're going to select Run Payment. Let's say that the payment is due on the 28th, and then you can also set a time. Okay. You can also add a note to the tickler. Otherwise, we'll just click Insert New Tickler. And then what this will do is it will pop up on the screen and remind you to run that payment on this due date at this time set. So we'll select this tickler, and we see the due date is the 28th. And then once it's completed, we can put in a completed date. If at any time you want to delete your tickler, delete it here, not here. When you delete a tickler here, what this does is it deletes this Run Payment description throughout my system. So if I had 3 other accounts that have this Run Payment tickler attached, those ticklers will no longer exist on those accounts. Okay, so when you are deleting ticklers, do not use the red X. Use Delete Tickler here, and that will delete your individual tickler. So to add a description, we'll click the blue plus sign. Anytime you see a blue plus sign in Simplicity, it means you can add information. A green pencil means you can edit, and a red X means you can delete. So we'll go ahead and add, and we'll add a new description. Okay, so now we've got this description system-wide. This list is run alphabetically. So in order to find that, we would just come right down here. Okay. Okay. So I set a tickler for 10:05, and this is just reminding me that that's coming up. So we'll take a look at that account in just a moment. Okay. So if at any time I need to edit this particular description, again, this is system-wide. So if I were to change this to Simplicity Specialty Training 2, then now this is a change system-wide. My Specialty Training description no longer exists, and it's now Specialty Training 2. Okay, any questions about adding a tickler or a tickler description?
No.
Okay, when you add a tickler, so let's do our Run Payment description. Okay, when you set a tickler, you can have it repeat. So when you set a, for example, if you have a payment plan and you are not currently set up or integrated with a payment processor in Simplicity, so you're having to run those manually as we discussed, you will, in your payment plan, have a recurring so when you set up a payment plan, it processes on recurring dates. When you're processing those manually, you'll obviously have to go into that account and process those through your payment processor. You can set the ticklers to repeat on the same schedule as your payment plan. So if we have a payment plan and we want those payments monthly, you can set it. So if the first payment is due on the 28th, we'll set it for the 28th, and that'll repeat monthly. So if we click Insert New Tickler, this same tickler will will pop up the 28th of every month. Okay, any questions about repeating ticklers?
No.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So another place that we can go to set a tickler is if we go to Tools and Book Account Manager. Okay, so these are currently all of the accounts in our training environment. We've got 50 accounts in here. You can add a tickler. Okay. There is not the option to repeat ticklers this way so far, but you can set an individual tickler on an account or a majority of your accounts in bulk through the Book Account Manager. Okay. So you can deselect these and just go through and select the ones that you need it to be on. Or you can set your filter criteria before you run before you click View Accounts. So if our collection status was payment plan on file and you knew that those payments had to be taken out on the same day, you can select the accounts that that applies to and set that tickler. Okay, any questions about adding a tickler through the Bulk Account Manager?
No.
Yes. Can you
Go ahead.
show me how you got to that Bulk Account Manager spot? I missed that first part of how you got there.
Sure. Tools and then Bulk Account Manager.
Okay. Okay, great.
Okay. So the last thing that we're going to go over as far as ticklers, we're going to go to our home screen. Okay. And we've got a number of ticklers already set in our system. My ticklers in your dashboard, and again, this is on the home screen, so if you click on Home, it will take you directly to this screen. So if you scroll down to the My Ticklers area, you can see that it always defaults to today. So we do have one due today, so we can click on that and go straight to the account. Okay. I go back to my home screen and my ticklers. You can also see overdue and future. Okay, so these are currently all of our ticklers that are overdue, due today, or due in the future. You can also see the completed ticklers, and we currently have no completed ticklers for our training environment. Okay. So another thing that you can do with your My Ticklers is we can show it in a new window. So if you are working accounts off of your ticklers, you can actually pull this up in a separate internet window and view the overdue today and future. You can set it for a date span. So if you're working on ticklers set for today, you can set it from 2/8 to 2/8, and you'll only see the ticklers that are due today. Okay, so this can be separate from your simplicity, so you don't have to keep clicking back to the home screen. The other thing that you can do in My Ticklers is export your ticklers. And what this does is export your ticklers to an Excel document so that they're in Excel format. So you can work your ticklers in three different places, really. You can work them off of the home screen, you can work them off of an a new window in your internet browser, or you can work it off of an Excel document. Any questions about ticklers?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
You want to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay. On your, going back to the ticklers, on the tickler page, like going over to, like if you're in somebody's account,
yeah,
click on somebody and then go to their ticklers. So let's say I set up a repeat tickler that's going to repeat monthly. And today is the due date this month that I need to do it. When I put completed, will it still repeat the next month, or will it think the whole thing's done?
It will still repeat the next month.
And to make it stop repeating the next month, then would I then under repeats, let's say it's next month now, and it comes up, and I complete the action, and do I then go to repeats and tell it none?
That's exactly right. So then you'll click Update Tickler.
Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to check. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions at all?
No.
I
Okay.
think I'm good.
All right.
I would like to watch you do the bulk one more time.
Sure, not a problem. So if we go to Tools and we go to Bulk Account Manager, okay, and you can click, you can filter your accounts in any order that you'd like. So if you need accounts that are a certain age, or if they have a certain collection status, like payment plan on file, once you set your filters, you can click View Accounts. Clicking View Accounts without setting your filters will show you everything that's currently in your system. This is currently all that we have in our training account. So if I deselect this, I can go through and select individual accounts.
Okay.
Okay, and then let's say we have a callback, at Tickler. If we go to Call Today, and we say that the due date is tomorrow, then we'll click Perform Selected Actions. Anything that's checked when you click Perform Selected Actions is what will happen to those accounts. So if we click Perform Selected Actions, okay, so that action has been taken on our particular account. So now if we go back to our home screen, and let's look up one of the accounts that we set it on. Okay, so now this particular description exists on the account that we selected through the Bulk Account Manager. Okay, does anybody have any questions about that process?
No, I'm good.
Nope.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, if there are no questions, we'll go ahead and end today's specialty training. Thanks so much for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.